A field currently contains 20 mint plants. Absent constraints, the number of plants would increase by 70% each year, but the field can only support a maximum population of 300 plants. Use the logistic model to predict the population after 3 years. Our logistic model is P sub n equals P sub n minus 1 plus R times 1 minus P sub n minus 1 over K times P sub n minus 1. So our initial amount, P naught, is 20, the 20 mint plants that we have. So our model, to get Pn, okay, we're going to have our Pn minus 1 plus the R, which is the 0.7, times the 1 minus the P sub n minus 1 over the carrying capacity of the environment, which is 300, times the P sub n minus 1. So to find P1, we would just plug 20 into this formula. I'm going to show you how to speed this process up using a calculator that can define functions. What we're going to do here is I'm just going to do P of n, P of, and actually no, we're going to use P of x. We'll do P of x. Okay, so you type P of x, and then we're going to use this colon equals here to define that function. And it depends on what calculator you are, what calculator you're using. But we can define it like this, P of x and then colon equals. And then we're going to type this in where we use x for the P sub n minus 1. That's the only thing that could change in this formula each time we use it. So x plus 0.7 times 1 minus x over 300 times x. Okay. When we hit enter, the calculator will tell us done. That means the calculator now knows what our function is. So now to get P1, I'm going to plug in my previous population, which is 20. So I do P of 20. Hit enter, and it tells me my population. I'll round this to the nearest whole number because we're talking about number of mint plants, which has to be a whole number. So that's 33. Now to get P2, okay, after 2 years, I'm just going to do P of that previous number, 33. I hit enter, and rounding this to the nearest whole number is about 54. And to get after 3 years, I now do the same thing, but I do P of, and now the previous number, which was 54. Hit enter, and rounding that to the nearest whole number, that's about 85. So if you have a calculator that can define functions, you can speed up the process quite a bit. One calculator that is available to everyone is the Desmos calculator online. If you go to desmos.com and then choose their scientific calculator, we can do the same thing. All right, you just create your function, and we can type in the function that we want to use. So if I do P of x, and for this one, you just need to do equals. You don't need to do any special colon equal or anything. So just type equals, and then type in that function, and it's the same thing. And you can just type it with your keyboard. So x plus 0.7 times 1 minus x over 300, and then times the x. And when you hit enter, now it knows P of x, and then you can type in the previous P of 20, okay, and it gives you that, and then P of 33, okay. And so you can still do this if you don't have a special calculator physically. You can do it online.